Hello,
Yeah.
welcome to Open Forum Friday. It is good to see everybody.
Hi,
My name is Anthony,
I'm Gabby.
and we are voice actors. Voice actors. How are you doing today, Gabby?
I'm good. I'm cold. It's cold.
Yes, we got
Yeah, it's
snow
just
here.
chilly.
We
That's
got snow.
crazy.
It is crazy because we don't get a lot of snow. So when we
Mm-mm.
do get snow, it's like everything is like
Screeching halt.
Armageddon. I
Yeah,
know the kids
yeah,
get off school,
yeah.
everyone's home. It's a lot of fun.
And if you don't live in the South, something you might not know is anytime there's even a possibility of snow, the grocery store is wiped out of three things: milk, bread, and eggs.
Oh yeah.
And the running joke is, are you making French toast? What's happening? Like it's very strange.
Oh my
But yeah.
gosh, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
So, Open Forum Friday, what this is, right, is we open up everything and say, "Hey, ask us all kinds of questions. Let's have a discussion." This is all about answering whatever's on your mind when
Yeah.
it comes to your voiceover business. So, all you got to do is first you can start up saying hello in the chat, telling us where you're from and
Mm-hmm.
what your voiceover question is for the day. It could be anything related to your voiceover business. Doesn't matter whether you're new, whether you've been around for a while. There are no dumb questions.
Mm-mm.
Okay. I think sometimes,
There may be a dumb answer, but there are no dumb questions.
that's true. That is very true. And that's a really interesting thing that we all go through, I think, is here's a perfect example. You might be going through something and you find it doesn't matter what level of business or where you are, where it still seems impossible to find the answer. And
Mm.
you would think that, like, I remember early on in my voiceover business, I would have a specific issue, and you'd think of all of the videos out there, and even all the videos I've made or Gabby's made,
Yeah.
you still struggle to find an answer. And you're like, is no one talking about this? And it can be very challenging. So having a situation like this, whatever your question is, no matter what it seems like, please feel free to ask it.
There's also
Uh,
a lot of like carrot dangling out there,
mm,
on certain subjects where somebody will post content, but they're not really answering the
right.
question. They're just
Right,
kind
right,
of
right, right.
baiting you in. So yeah, it can be tough for sure. And then
Mhm, mhm.
sometimes I know even for myself, a topic I might cover, I'm like, well, I can't possibly cover the whole thing in just a short video. So yeah,
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
yeah, this is a chance to just kind of
Yes,
throw it
yes,
out
yes.
there.
Alright, so we got some people. We've got Mark from
Mhm.
Frigid, Minnesota. Yes, I would imagine it's way more colder there than it is here, Mark. Let's see. Charisse is from High Desert. Alright. Dylan is from Frigid, Michigan. Okay, we've
Mm.
got some frigid places here.
Yep,
Let's
James is in
see.
his, hobo fort in South Texas.
That's what I'm talking about. Good morning from Washington. How many screen monitors do you have in your booth, and do you use a docking station?
Hmm, okay.
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
Yeah, I mean, you want me to start? You want to start?
Sure.
Okay. So I have one big monitor out here. It's a 32-inch one, and my editing station here. And then I have a 32-inch one in my recording booth. And basically, what I do is I have a Mac Mini now, and I run everything through my Mac Mini. And I just screen share, and I have a wireless mouse and keyboard in there, and I run my cords and everything through. I have a hole down at the bottom of my wall. I make because I redid this one, and I run those cords into my interface that sits right here on my desk. All this stuff here. That's how I do it. How about you, Gabby?
I mean, for two people who have never consulted on each other's spaces, it's remarkably, shockingly similar setup.
Yeah.
At my edit bay, I have a massive curved monitor that I love so much. The curved
Nice.
monitors are so great. But it's just the one, but it's a big boy. And then same as you, I have cabling that runs under the wall into my booth, and I have a splitter on my monitor out on my computer, and I just have another monitor in the booth, smaller, and it just broadcasts the same signal. So whatever you see on the monitor I'm working on at the edit bay is also being seen in the booth. And yes, wireless mouse, wireless keyboard to be able to command center everything. And that's that. Yeah.
Love it. All right. Let's see. Next guy, new member to BOJBOA. Awesome, Mark. We love having you. Am I able to drop into the live classes whenever they're happening, or is it recommended to complete a couple of the archive classes first?
Good
That's
question.
an awesome question.
Yeah.
Mark, come to any class at any time. The live classes, you don't have to complete one thing before you come to the live classes. And it's open all the time.
Yeah.
And on your free time, please go to check out the archives. It's totally up to you, but no, we'd love to have you join the classes at any time. Good
Ideally, a class should be a contained enough topic that you can follow along and stay focused inside of that, even though it may reference material that happened previously. And that's usually when we say, hey, go back and take a look at the previous classes. But yeah, you should be able to pop in at will.
Absolutely. And hey, if you're just joining us, remember this is Open Forum Friday, so it's your turn to ask questions, post them in the chat. Remember, it doesn't matter what the question is, how intense, not intense, whatever it is, new, old, any questions that you have about your voiceover business, that is what we're doing.
Okay, Marilyn, I think it's Marilyn. Or Mary Lynn, depending. From Tampa. She says, I'm struggling to master Audacity. Is there a better, more user-friendly DAW? Yes.
Oh my goodness, yes.
So most of us hate Audacity, right? I think Audacity falls into that category of you get what you pay for, and it's free. So there you go. It's not great. It's very clunky. Adobe Audition is really what most people default to or rely on, but I think any of the paid programs you're going to find are more flexible and more intuitive than Audacity.
Definitely. Yeah. I think Audacity is one of those platforms where, like, for example, when I was teaching in school, it was a platform that a lot of the teachers use, like the dance recitals or the things where they could just put tracks together. And there wasn't editing. There wasn't a lot, there wasn't a lot of in-depth stuff. Now, again, I'm clearly you can do a lot with Audacity. I'm just saying from a user standpoint, it's not my favorite at all.
No, most people agree with that. Dylan has a question. Let's see. Oh, did I skip somebody? Wait a minute.
Yeah, you skipped
James, hey, what's up? Am I spending too much time inserting room tone between phrases to remove mouth noise? It's a lot of my editing time. Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
Anthony,
yes, you
start
are.
it off. Yep.
Good. My goodness, my friend. Bless your heart. So the short and easy answer is what you really want to do, hands down, right, is go to iZotope, right? And you really do want to get RX Standard, and that one suite takes care of any issues that you'll have. You don't need anything else. You don't need any other plugins. You don't need any other things to do there. And now some of the software that we use, Adobe Audition included, they do have free built-in tools that you can use there that take care of some stuff.
Yep.
But the inserting room tone and everything like that sounds like an Audacity thing.
Tedious.
And that's so tedious. And usually mouth noises, the biggest offenders are the clicks, the mouth, that kind of noises. And the mouth clicks, I mean, it is near impossible to get rid of them without manually doing each of them or using the mouth declicker from RX Standard. So from iZotope. Yeah.
Something else that I would say there, James, is really, are you editing exclusively with headphones or are you using monitors? Because headphones will exacerbate everything you're hearing. And I see so many people doing headphone editing and they're like, oh my God, I have so much mouth noise. Oh my God, I sound like a fire breathing dragon when I take a breath. And it's like, no, you don't. You just think you do because the headphones are making it so much more right, like right in your ear. And so, I would have it assessed before you start like doing a bunch of crazy hooky do. This is, one of the great reasons to work with a coach, even if it's just a single session, to have someone give you some guidance and potentially help you to set up, a stack, or, figure out what the best solution is going to be. Cause I see so many people just waste, insane amounts of time doing editing things they really don't need to be doing.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, I'd say that's sort of where you've got to really go, what's more valuable to me, right? The hundreds of hours I'm spending on this, or the money that I could spend to have somebody figure it out and
Yeah,
give me some needed guidance. Yeah.
absolutely. Let's see. People getting snow. Ooh,
Oh yeah.
6 inches of snow all on the ground already.
Blip.
Good gracious. Let's see. Dylan says, how can I turn
Oh.
clients on voices.com into my clients
Whoa.
without violating terms and getting my account banned? Client
Mm.
asked for social media video, so I thought maybe I can do it that way. I had to tell you,
Mm.
Dylan, overall, just right now in my life as well, we are so reliant on these platforms that I think
Yeah.
we can become over reliant. And, we have to find a way to use these platforms like voices.com without, being like, without overly relying on them.
Yeah.
So that was very ambiguous. But I guess, I guess in the case that you're saying is that first off, I'd be very clear about what voices.com's terms of service are. In this particular case, I'm not exactly sure what their terms of services
Yeah.
are when it comes to, because remember, they have a couple different things. One, we pay to be on that website. Okay, so that's one. Two, typically the people who join the website, they sometimes have to pay themselves depending on what they post. And then, of course, voices.com, which is what caused all the big hoopla, and they still do it, is not only that, all that, but then they also charge, I think it was going up to like 25% or
Yeah.
something of the total amount that went through for the job. I know Voices 123 allows you to work on and off the platform.
Yeah.
Okay, that was something, but for voices.com, I would very, very clear and read the terms of service to make sure you're whatever you're doing so that you don't violate what, and you can, and if
Yeah.
that's the case, then they're really, it's not smart to go down that path, to, if you're really using that platform and you want to keep it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, you really have to get a client off platform, you have to have a way to organically reach them and communicate with them outside of the platform, where you can then open up that conversation. And if you don't have that information or can't find it, then you're taking a big risk by doing it electronically where it can be tracked. Yeah.
exactly. So again, I would be very clear about what it says in the terms of service,
Yeah.
and then how you approach it there, because you could do simply something, hey, you can see more of my samples on my website here. Like there's other ways you can do it
Yeah.
that's not, so blatant,
Obvious.
but you can't tell, like a lot of the ways they're because in all fairness, voices.com has spent all the money, all the time to get those clients.
Well, and a
And
lot of the
that's
platforms too, if in a communication with a client, you were to type in a URL, or if you type in an email address, it knows. It flags it immediately and says this violates our terms. You can't send this communication.
no,
So,
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. All right, so let's see.
Joy had a question. Joy is saying, do you have to manually change your audio settings back and forth between audiobooks and regular VO?
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
Hmm.
So there are many voice actors who have presets for based off of what genre you're working on.
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, I have a variety of different character stuff that I do that has presets that I use, whether it's of like a voice modulation or there's something going on there. when it comes to audiobooks, okay, we have certain settings that we use that are required, that were kind of standardized by Amazon and Audible and ACX.
Mm-hmm.
So those are often different than what is typically asked for us when it comes to formatting your files for like commercial work and things like that. So for example, for all my commercial work and everything, I always save and format my stuff at the highest rate that I possibly can, or the standard high rate, right? Like at 48,000 hertz. And then we have, 24-bit or something like that. Whereas in a WAV file, right? But whereas audiobooks, they want 44,100 hertz, they want 16 to or 32 float bit, right? They're going to want you have an MP3 file. They have specific, there's all the, it can't be above negative 3 dB. So in reality, yes, there is, like when I submit audio, unless there's an engineer on the other side telling me to leave headroom at negative 3 dB, I will often submit it closer to negative 1 dB. I will raise it just because I've worked with a lot of places now who I've learned if I don't raise my stuff, I listen back and I'm like, why didn't you, like, it's like I'm quiet, like they didn't raise. I've just learned a lot over the years of certain things. Anything to say on that?
Yeah, I mean, it really does just depend. I always say this. It's like, are you self-producing or is there a producer on the other end? That's really all it comes down to. If you're self-producing, then the job is going to go one way. And if you have a producer on the other end, it's going to go completely differently. The second affords you to do less work. You just get to kind of focus on your performance and send it. The former needs a lot more of your attention to the fine details.
Yes, definitely. Good question. All right. Yeah. Let's see. The RX suite has simplified my business, sanity, and somehow love life somehow. Well, man, that is one heck of a program.
I'm not sure of this person's name. I think it's the last comment right now. They said Houston here. Can RHs on ACX still download completed files and use those for AI training?
Well, for starters, they're not. No one is supposed to be able to do that, because how it works, right, is when first off, when you upload it to ACX, the right holders do not have the ability to download that. It's because it's going through ACX. Right. So they do not have even when you release it at the end and you say, yes, it's done, or even if like, yes, they paid me, all that kind of stuff, the right holders do not have the ability to download it. Is there capabilities for people to rip audio? There will always be bad people doing bad things, and there's nothing that we can do about that.
Yeah.
That's the reality. We had a lawyer last year is talking about, protecting our stuff against AI and this very thing. And, he said, listen, the reality is the sad part is criminals, people with bad intent, they're going to do bad stuff no matter what is available to them. And there's nothing, there's nothing we can do about that. But in this particular case, ACX does not allow them to download files.
Yeah.
It doesn't allow them to. It's locked. So yeah. I mean,
if somebody about that. No, and if somebody really wants to steal audio, it's honestly, it's too easy. It's just the real answer.
There'd be like 100 different probably AIs trained by Gabby and me by now. Because all they have to do is go and download our YouTube videos.
So much content.
Have our voices. I mean, it is what it is. So there's nothing that you can do about it these days.
No, but you can sure as hell sue them on the back end. So
there you go. Exactly.
Wow. It was a very active Friday. Thank you, guys.
It was fantastic. You guys had wonderful, amazing questions. Oh wait, Strange Stormcat had something. I think if you start with iZotope Elements, $99, then you get returning customer discount on RX 11. So I will say that yes, that is true. I don't know. The only thing in Elements that I like is the voice denoise, but the declicker in Elements is not the same as the mouth declick in Standard. So don't get fooled, because people will be like, that's what happens, right? People buy that because they're like, oh, it's only, sometimes it's $69. I don't have to pay that, because the Standard is usually $3.99, right? Go ahead. Do you want to say something?
Well, I was gonna say they also have Velvet now, and Velvet has a really, really amazing declicker and some voice features that are outstanding. And like, I don't have Standard. I use Elements, and then I buy additional plugins, but I wait till they go on like super sale. Like Black Friday at iZotope is like a candy store. I think the first time I bought RX, I got it for a whopping $9. So it's pretty impressive. Like, you can really just sign up for iZotope's newsletter and wait for a good sale, and you'll do all right.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much. Oh wait. Oh no, we just, what is it? Wait.
No, we did that.
Oh yeah, I think you asked it.
Yeah.
Asked it twice. No. You know what I did? I went up and I went back down. I was like, there's another question.
You're so silly.
Well, listen, everybody, thank you so much for
Have a
being here
great
today.
weekend.
Have a wonderful weekend. Stay warm, and we will see you all next week. Bye, everybody. Thank you. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.